A mentally unsound youngster was thrashed in Sopore, North Kashmir this morning. Not only was he mercilessly beaten, the frenzied mob tried to set him on fire. When they failed, they tried to run him over with a tractor because they suspected him to be a braid chopper. And he wasn't alone. Another mob tried to drown another youngster on his way to the Hazrat Bal Masjid to offer namaz. This mob dragged him into the Dal Lake and tried to drown him. Is a frenzy being created across the Kashmir Valley? Is someone orchestrating this mass hysteria? And if so, why? Shujaul Haq brings us this report.
Bone-chilling incident of mob violence. A mentally challenged person begs for his life. First, the frenzy mob attacks him, then tries to set him on fire. But mob frenzy isn't satiated as yet. The mob then tries to run him over with a tractor. All this over a mere suspicion that Wasim Tantre was a braid chopper. Another heart-wrenching incident reported from near the Dal Lake in Srinagar. The victim was on his way to offer namaz at the Hazrat Bal shrine when he was caught by locals who alleged he was a braid chopper. They threw him in the lake and tried to drown him. Fear and anger in Kashmir has grown as reports of mysterious chopping of women's hair increase day by day. Two bone-chilling cases of mob vigilantism have been reported from the valley on Friday. First from Sopore in Baramulla district and second from Hazrat Bal Srinagar. Every new incident is putting the valley on the edge, triggering a hysterical response from people. The victim Wasim Ahmed Tantre is now critical. The attackers have been arrested.
ये इस लड़के को जलाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, घास इन्होंने जलाया हुआ था और ट्रैक्टर ऊपर चढ़ाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे। तो टाइमली एक्शन ऑफ पुलिस से जो है ये लड़का वहां से हमने रेस्क्यू किया, उसको हॉस्पिटल पहुंचाया और हॉस्पिटल से श्रीनगर रेफर किया।
Over 100 incidents of alleged braid chopping have so far been reported. Last week, two tourists from Delhi were mercilessly attacked in Ganderbal district. They were accused of being braid choppers. Three army soldiers were also assaulted in central Kashmir's Ganderbal district, again mistaken to be braid choppers. Union Minister of State Jitendra Singh has said that there is no substantial proof of braid chopping.
There has not been single evident substantial proof of somebody having done it. So it's quite possible that there could be a mischief behind this as well. But nevertheless, this is condemnable. Any right-thinking citizen would condemn it.
And amid the mass hysteria, the separatists have warned of an uprising if authorities did not bring the situation under control. The government has imposed restrictions in parts of Srinagar following the threats from the separatists.
A lot of innocent people have been thrashed on the allegations and suspicion of being braid choppers. Police, on the other hand, seems to be clueless about who exactly are the people behind this entire matter. Shujaul Haq in Srinagar for India Today.
Joining me now on the broadcast is SP Vaid, Director General of Jammu and Kashmir Police. Mr. Vaid, two incidents in 24 hours. What have investigations revealed? Why is Kashmir on the edge, sir?
These are miscreant elements. I think they need to be dealt strongly under law, and we are taking strong action. I have spoken personally to all the district SPs. We are registering cases. In fact, today in Sopore, one mentally deranged person, a young boy of 23-24 years old from Kariri, also son of a Kashmiri family,
yes,
was virtually lynched till the police reached and saved him, and he was taken to hospital. His parents were called, they identified the boy. And this is what kind of society are we? We are already a person who's handicapped and who's mentally deranged by birth, by creating this mob frenzy and beating up such people. Where are we going? We have registered a case against such people and identified some of these people, and they will be prosecuted under law.
But why are people taking law in their own hands, sir? Are these incidents, the two that we've reported today, are they linked in any way?
We are identifying these people, as I told you, and they would be interrogated. We will like to know who is behind this. In fact, the investigation is not yet complete. We will come out with the actual details. I have asked the district SP to expose such elements who are behind this mischief and playing a mischievous role here in creating mob frenzy and law and order.
Okay, and is there an organized attempt to create mass hysteria in the valley, fuel unrest, incite a mob to take on the security forces or take to the streets, target fellow Kashmiris just to create unrest in the valley?
I wouldn't say there is an organized way, but yes, the elements who are inimical to peace and maintenance of law and order are behind this and creating a situation. Something like cow vigilante, this bread chopping vigilante, and then putting blame on the forces and security police, and creating situation where they can take law in their hands, and they need to be dealt very strictly. And I have instructed district SPs to go after these people who are taking law in their hands and beating up innocent people.
Sir, there have been several instances, in fact, both in North and South Kashmir, and now some instances in Central Kashmir. So tourists were targeted, policemen in uniform were targeted, territorial army soldiers were targeted. So are these incidents either interconnected in some way, or is there someone who's pulling strings somewhere to fuel this mass hysteria?
It is premature for me to comment on this. Let the investigation be over, but definitely mischievous elements are there. After all, the one a few days back, about 2-3 days back, an incident happened in Baramulla district where 3 army men were boarded a bus. A known stone pelter boarded the bus, same bus, and he created ruckus by saying they are the bread chopper, and they were about to manhandle these army men till police reached and rescued them. And then these people have been, this man and his other associates, 20 of them were identified, and case has been registered. They have most of them have been arrested, and some of them will be detained under Public Safety Act.
Oh, that's a good point, that they'll be detained under Public Safety Act. In your appreciation as DGP of the state, what more needs to be done to ensure people don't take law in their own hands? Is lack of information, perhaps, Mr. Vaid, fueling rumors, and that's leading to more such incidents, sir?
Police is doing its best. We are investigating, and in fact we have requested doctors and social welfare department also to chip in. After all, it's a societal problem, and police alone should not be only left in dealing with such a situation. The other wings of the government also need to chip in and deal with a situation like this. There is an attempt to create mass hysteria, and we are trying to deal with this situation very effectively.
Mr. SP Ved, the Director General of Jammu and Kashmir Police, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. I also now want to bring in India Today, Shujaul Haq, joining us with more on the story. And Shabnam Lone is a prominent Kashmir voice from Kashmir. She also joins me from Srinagar. Shuja, your sources in the police and the intelligence agencies, do they see one common thread in this entire incident, or are these multiple incidents taking place at multiple places and no one thread?
Well, Gaurav, that's the point. The entire security establishment is absolutely clueless about what is happening on the ground. Even as we speak right now, Gaurav just got a message that another such braid chopping incident has happened somewhere in Badgam with a young girl. So while these incidents keep on happening, it is fueling the frenzy and chaos among people. The point that most of the people who we speak to make is that we don't trust the police because they haven't shown much results. More than 120 cases have happened, and they cannot just be saying that most of these cases there is no clue. That's the real point. I mean, even if there are cases where there is very little evidence, police has not been able to show tangible results. And the DGP also made a very important point, Gaurav. This is an issue where the police does not have to be left alone. The government seems to have failed at various levels. And it is more than 2 months now that this problem is in the state. And it has reached to this point only because of the ineffective response from the government. Whatever the case may be.
Shabnam Lone, people in Kashmir now attacking each other, virtually lynching each other. Is this Kashmiriyat that we were talking about all along, madam? What is happening in Srinagar and in Gandarbal and in Sopore?
This frenzied fury, it comes from a silent chaos, a chaos which is tangible and which is correct, because these braid chopping incidents have actually set in a curfew in Kashmir. You see, after 7 during the days, the houses are locked in downtown and uptown and almost all the districts in the valley. I agree with the DGP. It is not just for the police to handle this situation. It is the ineptness of the government, a complete failure of the government to resolve this. But what I am saying is that...
No, but what about elders in a society?
The minister,
where are
as
elders
well
in
as
society?
The DGP.
These are Kashmiris turning around and virtually killing each other.
No, listen to me. The prejudice, no, I don't agree with you. See what the learned minister as well as the DGP, they were concerned about, rightly concerned about people who take law in their own hands. But what they omitted was, yes, there have been 120 braid chopping incidents. The fact is that somebody is doing it. Whosoever is doing it should be severely punished.
Yes.
No, not rumors. Who told you rumors? Please, India Today, please, I would request the media, for once, be with us on the same page. We are against these people who are taking law in their own hands. Of course, everyone's on the same page here.
They should somebody is fueling rumors, madam.
They should be severely punished.
Somebody is fueling rumors. Somebody is fueling rumors. That person needs to be caught. The police need to catch them. But even if there are rumors of braid chopping, for example, was this mentally unsound? No, Shabnam Lone, hear me out. Shabnam Lone, hear me out. Was this mentally deranged youngster, was he chopping somebody's braid? But he was virtually killed. Was that other man who was going to offer namaz, was he chopping somebody's braid? He was virtually drowned, almost drowned in the Dal Lake. What is happening?
I am with you. No, I am with you. No, come on, we are with you. The common Kashmiri wants justice. He wants these people to be caught, whosoever they are. This is fueling discontent, this is fueling chaos, and this is fueling fear. It is the fear that is allowing this frenzy, and there are people, vested interests, who are taking records, who are taking help of this frenzy. They want mass discontent in this valley.
Correct.
This is what
so
I'm
isn't
saying
it time? Isn't it time for parents to tell their children, do not go out and kill another fellow Kashmiri? Madam, this is the time for parents, for elders, for teachers, for society, for government, everyone to come together and say, do not behave like this.
Colleges, I would request, yes, I would request all the academicians, I would request professors and in colleges and in the University of Kashmir to tell their students that it is right to protest, but do not go and take the law in your own hands.
Exactly, madam.
I would request all social welfare departments. I would request people working in the all the clergy, all in the mosques. I would want them to tell people not to take law in their own hands. But our girls, our women who do not feel safe, there should be some message from the government of India in particular, that whosoever tries this trick with our daughters, with our sisters, with our mothers, they will be dealt with severely.
Okay, but even those sons, who come out in the streets and try and kill other sons of Kashmir, Shabnam Lone, those sons who come out and try and kill other sons, they should be sent to jail.
I agree.
In this particular case, in these two cases that have been caught on camera.
I'm saying that I'm saying for these braid chopping incidents, let there be a special law now. Let the government pass, let there be an ordinance that if these braid chopping incidents, they will be severely dealt with as anti-national elements, and they should be booked under Public Safety Act, and they should be behind the bars.
And those who try and kill people on the streets, the mob also.
This valley has a sigh of relief.
Absolutely.
They should be dealt with under the law. They should be punished. This mob frenzy, those people who are trying to take advantage of people's genuine fear, Gaurav.
Okay.
People are genuinely under fear.
They should not be scared. They should not be scared. Let us see what the police does.
Of course, those who take...
We will be tracking that story very closely, ma'am. Let's see what action does the police take in this case. I've just interviewed the DGP.
Let me put it on record. I would thank the Sopore police for saving this man.
Yes.
We thank the police for saving these people from frenzied mobs. That is a job well done.
Absolutely, that frenzied mob needs to be dealt with. Unacceptable. Kashmiriyat needs to come back on center stage. We've been saying that all along. Shabnam Lone, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. I now want to shift focus to what's happening in Pakistan, and why is that important on India first? Because it poses clear and present danger to India. Rose petals showered on a UN designated terrorist in Pakistan. The images we are about to show you will shock you and expose the ground realities in Pakistan. When Hafiz Saeed, the mastermind of 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, drove into the Lahore High Court, his cavalcade of Toyota SUVs was showered with rose petals. When you see those images, there you see those images, showered with rose petals outside court. He walked into the courtroom amid chanting of slogans. The Pakistan government has so far failed to produce any evidence against Hafiz Saeed, despite mentioning in court earlier that Hafiz Saeed had been detained in Pakistan's national interest. There you see rose petals being showered on a UN designated global terrorist. Ye hai Pakistan. Pakistan's Interior Secretary was supposed to present evidence against Hafiz Saeed in a sealed cover for an in-camera hearing. Pakistan has not done that. So Hafiz Saeed was detained on the 31st of January this year. Let's listen into Hafiz Saeed boasting outside court. Here is a UN designated terrorist who boasts, perhaps more powerful than Pakistan Army Chief and Prime Minister. Let's listen in to that terrorist.
ये मुल्क हमारा है, इंशाल्लाह। इस मुल्क में हमने काम करना है, इंशाल्लाह। डट कर करना है, इंशाल्लाह। हक और इंसाफ की फतह हुई है, इंशाल्लाह। इंडिया नाकाम हुआ है और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हम सुरखरू हुए।
I quickly want to cut across to Pakistan and bring in India Today's Hamza Amir for more on the story. Hamza, Pakistan's Interior Secretary was supposed to present evidence gathered by Pakistan intelligence and investigators against Hafiz Saeed in a sealed cover in court. What happened? Why will Hafiz Saeed perhaps be out of jail in 30 days?
Well, Gaurav, what happened was that, because there are in-camera sessions, so now proceedings and details of proceedings are not actually shared with the open, in the open court or with the media as well. But yes, I've spoken to members of the Jamaat-ul-Dawa itself, and they say that no evidences were presented, though it was requested to the court that, they detain Hafiz Saeed for 30 more days so that evidences and all details can be shared before the court in an appropriate manner. So that is why the detention has been extended. But his 4 aides who were also in detention along with Hafiz Saeed are going to be released because their extension of detention has not been approved by the court.
Shocking.
And they are going to be free the 26th of October. While on the 24th of October, another hearing is going to take place, now primarily focused on Hafiz Saeed and him only. Now, if that Interior Ministry or Interior Secretary fails to provide any tangible or any logical evidence, as they claim they have sensitive information in front of the court, then it will pave a very easy way for Hafiz Saeed's release as well. So, while at the last hearing, you saw Hafiz Saeed in celebration. You saw him being.
Yes. Okay, Hamza. So the people who are being released, terrorists being released in Pakistan, include Kasif Niaz, Zafar Iqbal, Abdul Abid and Abdullah Ubaid, all functionaries of banned terrorist organizations, whether Lashkar-e-Taiba or Jamaat-ul-Dawa. They are being released, and perhaps 30 days later, it could be Hafiz Saeed next, in case Pakistan government in the next 30 days fails to produce any evidence in a court of law. We'll track that story very closely, but that is all I have time for on India First. Many thanks for watching.